Doing the countdown.
We're going live.
Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I'm going through here, guys, and making the announcements, sending out text messages. Let's see if we can blow this live up.
We don't have anybody watching right now, do we? All right, let's blow it up.
Oh, we got 2 people.
Well, I'm one of them, so.
I'm one of them, too.
We're talking to ourselves because there's no one else to talk to.
Woo! Oh, man. What have you guys been up to today?
Oh, you want to tell them? Or?
Oh, we found a foreclosure, man. Holy cow.
A good one?
In Old San Juan. Yeah.
Oh.
I think one we could make $1 million on or more.
Okay, I'm in. How do we do it?
We just need $1.5 million or so.
Yep.
And
So-
what's it? It's going to sell for $1.5 million and it's worth 3?
Yeah. Exactly.
It's gonna sell for 6 or 7 and it's worth 3 and it needs 6 or 7. So
Okay.
4,200 square foot, 3rd floor apartment, the penthouse with water views, and on the best street in Old San Juan.
Well, I think we should try for it. I think that we're a little flush with cash right now after that boat ride.
I don't know that we have 600 or 700 right now that we could get by next week, but if we can, we should.
No, it's next week.
It's coming up quick. But I have already texted John, and we'll see. I could text.
I wonder, is this the first auction?
Yeah, yeah. And no, if it's gonna go, we should go get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's starting in
We
a
should go get it.
fantastic price.
We could pay more than
Like
starting.
going using our 70% rule, we are way below where you would be max bid.
Yeah.
Well,
We have more people watching now.
we've got 9 people. Hey, everybody. So there's a foreclosure in Old San Juan we were just talking about.
Coming up in a week or so, and we've got it's a bigger number than what we would normally go for. So we usually go to the foreclosure sale from that like $50,000 range up to $250,000 range, and this would put us up near $1 million. But we think we could renovate it and then make $1 million on it, and that's not bad. That would be fun to do. I don't know if I love the idea of buying Old San Juan because of the historic stuff, and the renovation could take a lot longer and cost more than we're budgeting. So we'll have to do some due diligence between now and the time that it goes. And then we also need partners
What about,
with deep pockets.
what about Sharif?
I've been
We
talking
talked
to
to
him already.
Okay, good.
He doesn't seem very interested,
Really? Too
but
expensive?
he might already. I mean, he's pretty slick, so he may already know about it and be planning to go and get it himself.
That's,
you never
that's
know.
what you get when you work with smart people.
Yeah, you never know.
You
So-
never know.
What else? So we just got off of the San Juan Social Club cruise, guys. I have to say, as much as I enjoyed it last year, it was even better this year. Well, I had my partners in crime. I had Adon and McKenna, and we worked our ass off. Last year, Linda and I went and kind of took a vacation and didn't really meet the people that were there to meet. And so by the end of the cruise, we were like, oh yeah, that was a nice little trip. But this year, super intentional about networking. We were talking real estate all day, every day with anyone who would listen. I mean, I was saying hi to the people in the freaking elevator and saying, hey, I'm Robbie Krager, the Flip Flop Flipper. Do you want to buy real estate in Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
And then we interviewed just about all of the speakers. I think we got a dozen or so great interviews coming up. Some that I'm really excited about. Tito Colorado used to be the head of economic development for the island of Puerto Rico. And we got to spend an hour or so talking to him about incentives and what's going on with the island. And we got a history lesson. And then we've got,
It was definitely insightful.
it was pretty fun.
It was
right?
really good.
And he
That
just
was a good
talked
fight.
and talked and talked, and it was great. I
Yeah.
loved it.
And it was he was able to take you all the way from where, Operation Bootstrap started.
Going back to like
current.
1945.
Yeah.
We went from 1945 to today, and then talked about the future as well. So it was, yeah. Hopefully
that
you
video.
guys will subscribe to our channel just so that you don't miss that video. I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome. So the way this format works best, guys, is if you put in a lot of questions,
There's a question there.
we will
We-
answer your questions
Oh.
the best that we can.
I've got our first question here from Miguel, if you guys are ready. And hello,
Yeah.
everybody that joined us. We're up to 20 people. We were just talking to ourselves just a minute ago, and now we're reaching the entire world.
Yes. Go like the
Miguel
video.
says, what are the pro and cons of investing in rural Puerto Rico? And then he has a follow-up question that's separate, so we'll go one at a time.
I say pros is there's a lot of assistance for rural areas like USDA loans and stuff like that.
It's kind of easy to get
It-
a USDA loan,
Mhm.
which is an FHA loan.
Essentially,
but maybe
it
even
could-
better.
It can even be zero down. I think.
It can be 3% or zero down.
Yeah.
I think you're not going to have the same kind of competition in a rural area if you get outside of the San Juan metro area.
Cons.
I think you're still going to find really, really, really good
Yeah.
bargain prices.
Hmm.
The cons are you're out in the middle of nowhere. You could be up in the mountains.
Yeah.
You might have a trek to get into town to go to Costco or something.
Getting the
So-
contractor up there is going to be your hardest part. Materials and contractor, I
Yeah.
would think, unless you
and
find
what
a
do you
local guy.
consider rural, right? Like, so we own a bunch of acres in Lares. That's pretty rural, but it's
Canaguanas
right
not
off of
that
the
bad.
highway. It's easy. I live in Camoy, which is pretty rural. I've got a nice little house, and it's me and the cows, and we've
Cows are
we've
cool.
all got an ocean view.
Yeah. Cows have a really nice
The
ocean.
cows have a really nice ocean view, and so do we. But we were able to buy a house with, basically walking right onto the beach of the ocean.
I say
At a third of the price that we would if we were in say San Juan or Rincon or something like that, or a tenth of the price if we were in Dorado.
yes.
Hell, if you put my house in Dorado, it might be it might be
It's
It might be
it'd be
It's a
some
$2 million
ridiculous,
teardown.
yeah, it'd be some ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
Well, just because of your beach. I mean, that's all you need.
Whoa, McKenna.
thing
It's
too
not
that
as
you
Yeah,
need
deep.
now
is
let's be
it's-
careful, McKenna.
it's
The beaches are
public
for the people
beach.
and they're public, and I live into that.
I
you
meant
know,
your beach access.
we have beach access. That's true. We watched the surf contest from our porch the other day.
Yeah,
was
that
pretty
is pretty
sick.
That was
cool.
pretty cool.
With the rural areas, I think a big con is the market's just a little bit slower. When you're selling it, it'll take a little bit longer. And when
I don't-
you're,
I don't know that it's going to take that much longer though. Like everything takes a little longer in Puerto Rico than it does in Florida, for instance. But remember, McKenna, we had that little house up in the mountains in
yeah,
Caguas.
and it took us
And
60 days to sell. I think
How many days?
60
Yeah.
or 90.
And we crushed it. I mean, we bought it for like $15,000 and sold it for $100,000, and we only put another 15 or 20 in it. I think we ended up with like 40 grand or 50 grand in it all in. Sold it for 96,000 or something. Do you remember those numbers?
I think it was something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a follow-up question from Miguel. And hey, guys, put your questions in the chat here. We're happy to talk about anything real estate, Puerto Rico, real estate in Puerto Rico, whatever
Or
it is.
Florida or the East Coast.
Yep. Miguel says, how can I set up an LLC, or can I rely on somebody to do the process for me?
Oh, you can set up an LLC
Dude, it's
tomorrow.
super
You can
easy.
go online. I can do it by just saying, "Hey, Dave, we need to set up an LLC," or "Hey, Adon, can you set this up?" But
Yep.
it's pretty easy, Adon. Why don't you tell them what they could do? Because we know this shit. We meaning him.
Yep. That's exactly. He likes to say we, and then he points to other ways and says these two.
Yeah.
It's really easy. You go to the Department of here. Let me look it up.
While he's doing that, do we have any other questions, McKenna?
We've got, how can I start flipping with little capital as a local? Shout out from Rincon, Puerto Rico. We love Rincon.
Yeah. Find a deal. This is the answer to most how can I start questions. Whether you've got money or don't have money, know what you're doing, don't know what you're doing. Everything starts with a deal. So if you can find something that is a good deal and get it under contract and bring it to a community like this, or better yet, find a deal and bring it to our Apex community where we're actively doing deals, and we're going to do hard money loans for people inside of Apex that are bringing deals to the table. Or you could find partners through our community. I mean, so the Flip Flop Flipper lifestyle is all about partnerships and doing more real estate, and that's what you find with us in our Apex community. We're doing deals with people in there, whether you're partnering with us and we're doing the work and you're bringing money and we're finding the deal, or you're finding the deal and we're bringing the money. We're up for anything, and that's a big announcement, McKenna, that we are going to now be lending on properties as people from our Apex community bring us the deal of a lifetime. We'll do some hard money lending, hard money partnering.
Yeah, partnerships, funding.
All right, real quick.
And
So this is the
that
website.
was-
Are you sharing?
I'm
Yeah.
sharing.
He's sharing. Okay.
So this is the website you got to go to. You go to create and authorize. You got to pick a name. You got to make sure the name's not registered with anybody else. You got to pick if you're going to be a LLC, a closed corp, a professional, other class, name, designation, and then it's pretty standard. You just follow it from there. Once you have all this document, you paid it. It's about like less than $300 to set it all up by yourself. From here, you take that paperwork and go to the IRS website. And in the IRS website, you submit to get a EIN number. And that's about it. They give you the EIN number right there. You know, it's
Yeah,
a
it
pretty
takes
simple
10
question.
minutes.
I'm not the smartest guy in the room, and I was able to do it a couple times. So far,
And
no one's calling.
You can literally have it done in an hour or two, right?
No, less than
Yeah.
an hour.
And it's it may be $100. Is it that cheap in Puerto Rico?
No, it's about $300.
300. In Florida, it's 100.
I would say when you're setting up a limited liability company, to the extent that you can, when it asks you what kind of business that you're doing, we always like to say any and all legal business and not box ourselves into a type. And I don't know if we have that option in Puerto Rico or not. But
You just put it
What
in.
I've
the
been
you want to be
document.
as broad as possible.
Yeah, you
I've
put
been
it
doing.
in your operating documents,
Yeah.
which you
Yeah.
can write.
See.
I had a thought, then I
Uh-huh.
lost my thought.
Oh no,
Damn it.
you had a thought.
I was going back to the San Juan Social Club cruise, guys. What an incredible time. So we say all the time that networking is one of the most powerful things that you can do. And we had a dinner one night where we sat with a way more than a deca millionaire. I think maybe the guy was close to a billionaire. And then we had a second dinner that night with another billionaire. I don't know about you guys, but I don't run in circles with a whole bunch of billionaires. At least I haven't up until now.
Not yet.
But
No.
there were at least 3 or 4 on the cruise, and then there were like everybody and their brother had millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Many of them had hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yep.
Tens of million with nothing. So we're like we've got the shallowest pockets of anybody on the cruise.
Yep.
But we just had a great time. I mean, I highly recommend you guys coming with us next year if you can. And if you do want to go, make sure to use the Flip Flop Flipper or the Robbie Krager code and get in our group. I'll be your like group leader, and we'll have some special breakout sessions and things like that next year on the cruise. So I really can't wait to go again next year, even though I was exhausted at the end of it and took a nap for 2 days in a row. It was 14, 15 hour days of networking and working. And it was really good though.
I'm going to post the
McKenna
link
and
here,
Adama-
guys, and let me share too to show you how to tell them that you're coming with us.
And I know
And
that
choose-
it's early on. We're talking
choose
about
these
a year
guys.
from now, you guys. It'll be next year at this time around Easter. But this is the best time to get the best price and to find
It'll
the
be
best
cheapest.
cabins. I promise you that it'll be worth it. You'll really have a good time. If you want to just go to have fun and do adventures, you can do that. But if you're like us, you go to network with some really heavy hitters and put yourself in a room full of people that are doing big stuff. And by doing that, You'll get invited to partnerships. I mean, all kinds of good can come from it.
We are doing business with people already that we met on the boat, so it was really good. Here are the prices if you guys are interested, and then I just wanted to show you. Come down here. We were invited by Robert Krager. It helps us out and makes Davin want us to come back. So we're trying to book a section of our community where we can have groups on the boat and just get a little bit more granular with our community. So this is a year from now. But
Guys, you need to go. You need to
It's
go.
an easy commitment right
And-
now. I think you can commit $400 and you can get fully refundable for the next several months. You'll have a whole year to pay for it. And anyways, anybody who's thinking about doing it, go ahead and put the $400 down, use the code. We'd appreciate it. We want to see you on board next year, and it'll be worth it.
All right. Next question. Aaron is asking, when negotiating, what's a common time frame to perform due diligence? 30 days, 45 days on the island?
7 days.
Okay, so that's a great question, Aaron. I think that it really depends on what level of real estate you're talking about and how good a deal you're getting. Let me explain. So if I go and I'm buying a $50,000 house that I think is worth $150,000 fixed up, my due diligence can literally be one look in an afternoon. I'm done, hard money down, let's close tomorrow. If I'm going to look at a $2 million property, I'm almost never going to do it without a 25 or 30 day inspection, and the longer the better.
And a contract.
So it really does depend on how good a deal you're getting. And by the way, if there's something like buying a house for $1 million that's worth 4 or 5 million, maybe you don't even need the inspection for that as well. But still, those bigger numbers get a lot harder to put the money together. So I think it just depends on the deal size. But we've bought houses where we go look at them today and close on them tomorrow. And I've literally done this multiple times where I'll pull up to a house and they'll say, hey, I'm asking X for my house. I can remember in Orlando, Florida, one time I pulled up, the guy had a for sale sign on his mailbox. He was out weed eating. I said, hey, how much is the house? He said, it's $45,000. I said, I'll take it. Can I come inside and see it? And he said, sure. And we closed the next day. And I've probably done that a couple dozen times over the years, right? Like I bought a lot of houses, but so it is really about how good of a deal you're getting. So that house that I bought for $45,000 while sitting in my car and the guy's talking to me from his mailbox, that was probably $125,000 house in a neighborhood that I'd done dozens of houses in. I didn't need to do much of an inspection.
Yeah.
But if that's not you and you need more, then give yourself more time. So I don't think that there's a right or wrong answer to that.
I think if you buy it well enough, you don't have, you're getting it at a great price.
If
you
you're
don't have
buying it for
to,
the
you don't
price
have
of the
to
land.
go break your head and be like, oh my God, I gotta go look under the.
I would say
floors.
that more often than not, if I think I'm getting a great deal, I don't care that much about the inspection period. If I'm really having to think about it to the point that I need a longer and longer inspection period, those are often the deals that I shouldn't be doing. If I'm trying to like figure out how to make the renovation cheaper and trying to figure out how to squeeze it in so that it fits, if I'm thinking clearly and I have my wits about me, I should just walk away from that deal. Because as a real estate investor, you don't want to force something to become a deal. You just want to know the deals that I like, I put them under contract and I go to bed with a smile on my face because I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be able to buy this house for this amount of money. And I've looked at it. I love it. I'm going to be able to fix it up and I'm going to be able to sell it for a giant number way above what I'm paying for it.
Like this foreclosure sale we're looking at.
That's as easy as it gets, right? That's how that works.
Yep.
We're looking at one right now that's a foreclosure sale that's coming up next week that we couldn't get in. We're looking at it from the street going, holy shit, if we can buy it for the price that they're asking without going inside and knowing what it needs, let's just assume it needs absolutely everything. Wow. We're going to make $1 million.
Talking about
right?
at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yes.
The foreclosure sale. And so we would do possibly zero inspection and pay for it, at the very minute that we get the winning.
And that's a risk, but again, the price determines what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
And if it's a great price, then you shouldn't have to sweat the other stuff too much.
So I hope that answers your question, Aaron. And if you are looking at something specifically and you want to have a chat offline, you've got my number.
Dr. Don, I might need you on this first one. Luis Alberto Melendez, though. How do you say the first bit?
Luis Alberto Melendez, Dr.
Obispo?
Obispo.
How do I get involved?
Awesome.
Join.
Give him the link to the Apex community, McKenna, and then set a call with us, Doctor, once you're in there. And McKenna and Adon and I will jump on a call with you like tomorrow. And we're going to the foreclosure sale next week. We're looking to make friends. We're looking to get to know people that we feel like we can be in business with. So let's have a conversation and make sure we're aligned and that we want to do the same things. And basically, if you want to do something where we make a bunch of money together, we want to talk to you.
Sweet.
Does that sound good?
I put the link there in the chat. Go ahead and sign up. And then we have a call on Thursday as well. And on that Thursday call, that's where we're really doing a lot of networking, trying to put these deals together. We'd love to have you guys there.
And that goes for anybody, guys. If you want to get involved, if that's the question, hey, if you want to go faster in your real estate investing and you want to have access to the team here, McKenna, Adon, and I, then join Apex. It's a really, really modest investment. There's no obligation for you to do it forever, but come and meet with us. Let's see if we're a good fit. Either way, you're going to meet a whole bunch of people, and maybe you can partner with someone else inside of the community. It doesn't have to just be with us, but we're looking to expand our business through partnerships, and our entire community is about doing more real estate deals as a community together.
Yep. And we're going to have pretty soon a video showing one of our first foreclosure flips.
Yeah, we're under contract.
Sold with people that did it for the first time ever.
But we're
I didn't want to.
We're days away from closing, right? 60,
2 months. Yeah, but we're there. We have it on the contract.
Yeah.
Hector says, "Hey, I would like to work on a hotel boutique project.
Which
How
one
can
you
we
want?
Connect Hector with something like that.
We got 20 of them.
Hector, same thing. Join Apex. Set the call with me. I have an incredible project in Arecibo. We bought a church a few years ago, and 2 years ago now. We're shovel ready, and we're looking to do something with it, whether that's a partnership or if we were to sell the whole project. We're open to anything. I also have other things around the island we can talk about. So again, the idea here between us and forming partnerships is we have a conversation together. We make sure that we like each other and that we are a good fit for each other, because not everybody is a good fit. And the easiest way to find out is you start here, you move to Apex, and then we jump on a call. You come to a class, we're having a coffee. Next thing you know, we're in business and we're making tons of money. Right?
Yeah,
that's how that works.
100%.
That's how it works.
And it goes really fast.
It
So
really
get ready.
does.
We don't go slow.
And then
We
Hector, I
don't
just
go
have a
slow.
question for you, too.
Someone
Are
on
you
the San
looking-
Juan Social Club cruise was like, well, you could do this the small way and it would cost you X, or you could do it the big way and it would cost you Y.
We're like,
And Adon's sitting on the edge of a seat going, we don't do this the small way. If we're going to do it, we're going big, or we're not going at all.
Hey, we actually got that proposal. We need to talk about it after the.
Oh, I haven't
yeah.
seen that. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hector, I have a question for you. Are you looking to operate a hotel, renovate and sell a hotel, purchase, renovate, operate, do the whole 40% tax credit? Let us know what you're trying to do, and then we're able to help you a little bit better, because we have some for sale right now that are fully operational, bringing in cash flow that we've had for a year and a half that you can just take over operation. Or we have some, like they were talking about, that are shovel ready, and it's a bigger project that, we're going to renovate, get it up and running. So there's just different opportunities there. Renee says, hey guys. Joaquin says, hey, my question is it better in the States to do fix and flips? Thanks.
Yeah, it depends on what state you're in. I think fix and flips are a really, really good way to start out as a real estate investor. And eventually, when you've made some chunks of money and you get a little bit down the road, you're going to want to start doing the buy and hold method. And we're going through that, Adon and I right now. So, right, like I own a lot of real estate, and that's how we've become wealthy over the years. Adon's now done 9 or 10 real estate deals, and they've all been transactional, and he's ratcheting up the ladder. But before the end of the year, Adon's going to own something that he's going to keep for long-term rental.
That's at least the goal for me this year.
Yeah,
is have at least something that gets me to $10,000 cash flow a month. Hopefully,
you're going to need more than one somethings, or you're going to need an apartment.
But one big
building.
something.
One big something. It could be. Yeah,
could be our speaking events. Who knows?
It could be that. It could be a lot of things.
It could
be a lot of things.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't have to be.
But that's I love fix and flip.
I do.
I'm the flip-flop flipper, although my preferred way to invest in real estate, full disclosure, is that I like buy and hold. Why do I like buy and hold? Is because if I can buy a great deal today and I can hold on to it for 10 years, it's going to be a greater deal. And I mean, there's almost no 10-year window that buying it today and 10 years later, it's not worth more. So some, one-off 2008, if you bought it in 1998, possibly that one time it did happen. But for the most part, if you can buy and hold real estate and have the cash flow along the way, that's how you're building wealth. So I really encourage everybody who comes alongside of us to become a buy and hold real estate investor as soon as you can. It took me years and years, by the way, guys. Like I did the fix and flip thing or the wholesale thing for the first couple thousand homes before Big Dummy here decided to keep anything.
Here's the beauty about it, guys. You can go and find this out yourself and lose everything and start over again, or you can join
like
Apex
Robert.
and get to talk to Robert and live through his. So that way, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Because these are big lessons. What he's saying right now,
I got the Big Dummy Award in 2008 when we were penniless broke because we didn't have any cash flow, right? And even then, if I had just been smart enough to transition into a rental property, I could have probably saved the day. But instead, we liquidated everything. We had bought it to sell it, and so we sold it. We just lost money for a couple of years until we couldn't lose any more money because we didn't have anything else to lose. And then we started making money again. Thank God he taught me that lesson. I can remember praying that I only needed to learn the lesson once, and so far so good.
Oh yeah.
I love it. What is our next question? It is
keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming.
We have a lot of questions, by the way. We've got 30 people watching and we've got a lot of questions. But guys, put your questions in now so we'll make sure to get to them before the end. How do I prepare to not go broke while renovating a multifamily property and in that time it's not generating cash flow from the rentals yet? So once he purchases it and he has to do the renovation, how does he pay for that?
You could try to get a refinance.
Wait, so I'm understanding the question is he's bought something, he's going to renovate it. Hopefully he's budgeted for and put aside the amount of money that it's going to take to renovate it.
Plus the vacancy
how does he
rate.
Prepare to not go broke? Kind of a loaded question, huh? If you've got a decent plan and you can reasonably well stick to your plan, you're not going to go broke while you're renovating the property, right? If you went into it not having the money to fix it and you're just on a hope and a prayer, that's a bad formula. But being a real estate investor, you don't have to be the brightest bulb, right? Like you could be like a 40-watt bulb as long as you've got a plan. You don't need to be a 120-watt bulb. You don't have to have everything figured out. You're not going to go broke while you're renovating things. And guys, I've had renovations that have gone perfect a couple of times, but most of the time I've had renovations that there are problems on. Like there's always going to be issues, and you get through it. You have to have a reasonable plan going in, which means you want to know what you're expecting to spend. You want to have budgeted for it and figured out how you're going to get the money. And as long as you do that, you're going to be fine. I'm assuming maybe I would ask the question, where are you renovating? Because it's tougher maybe on the island of Puerto Rico. It's easier maybe in some parts of the U.S., right? So that's my question. Where are you doing this renovation?
I would say too, if you are really worried about it, I think partnerships are an excellent place to do that, where you can find the property, do all of the work, and find someone else that has the money that can pay for the renovation and pay for the property. And then you guys split it 50-50. Or you could go find a lender. Now, on a rental, I think a lender is much less attractive if you're planning to own it for a long time. But if you're doing a flip, a lender is a great way to pay for the renovation and not run out of money, just as long as you know you can sell it. Is there go ahead, Adon.
I was just gonna say, and in the process of renting it, I would put a for rent sign in the front, start collecting names and numbers. So that way, if you're gonna go ask people for money, it's easier to say, hey, I have a wait list of 100 people already ready to get into this building at these rates. So, I just need you to partner with me.
And if you're running up against your budget and maybe you need to renovate one unit and then rent it, and then renovate the next unit and then rent it. This is not ideal. I think that would be poor planning. But if you're jammed up and you have limited money and you're not going to have enough to finish the entire thing, because ideally you just renovate all of the apartments. I think it was a 3-family home. Is that what he said? A triplex, McKenna?
Yep.
So ideally you're going to renovate all the units and then rent all the units. But if you're running out of money, renovate a unit, get it rented out so that you have some cash flow, get some relief while you're building up reserves, and then renovate the next one and the next one. That's a bad plan. But again, even a bad plan will get you rich. It'll just be painful and hard. And guys, let's just rip that Band-Aid off. No one ever said this is going to go smoothly and easily, right? Like this is an alternative to what everybody else is doing. And there's a reason that everybody does what they do, is because that's the easy thing.
If you give up after 3 rejections of your offers and you feel like the world's just ending
for you,
that might be, just won't be for you.
That's not the best. Is there any owner-occupied HELOC in Puerto Rico?
No, HELOC's not a thing as far as I know. I'm not a mortgage broker. I don't borrow a lot of money, but I have heard for 7 years now several people say, I wish I could get a line of credit on my property, a HELOC. And it does not appear to be a thing. And it makes sense that it's not a thing because it's a little bit outside of the box. And like, in the States, we have this box that's like this. It's pretty big. As long as you're in the box, it's pretty easy. In Puerto Rico, the box is much, much smaller. And the banks are just not willing to do HELOCs as far as I know.
Yeah, they're very,
unfortunately.
Very
so we did a HELOC on our house in Florida and brought the money to Puerto Rico. But we did that so that we could close quick on the house that we live in Puerto Rico cash. We got a loan in Florida to come to Puerto Rico with.
Quantum Medicine says Puerto Rico is 600 to 800 for an LLC. Renee Silva, next year is in 10 days. It's very true, Renee. The time flies. Quantum Medicine. We are a nonprofit and wellness center in Puerto Rico. And everyone with that, what do you do? Renee is coming on the cruise. Renee, awesome.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I think, man, that'll be awesome. You're gonna love it. Go back to the wellness thing. What do we do?
Yeah, and I think they're asking the chat here. What does everyone do?
Oh, great. Yeah. Hey, you guys talk in the chat. Get to know each other. This is a networking time for you guys. You can form partnerships and you can find friends. Great job asking questions of each other.
Aaron says, great deal, $1 million price point. I think he's talking about the old San Juan foreclosure. I'm not sure.
I think he's talking about the thing that he's looking at. $1 million price point. How long of an inspection period should he need?
Right.
Okay, so going back to it, Aaron, gosh, I like Thursday night format so much better than this. But assuming that that's what you're saying, is that there's a great deal, $1 million price point. Yes, you need an inspection period. I think 30 days is fair. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah.
And by the way, Aaron, if they try and knock you down to 15 days, you better buy a plane ticket.
Yeah.
You go fast. If you got a great deal, you go fast and you make it happen.
Miguel says, I'm negotiating a multifamily in Arecibo for $140,000 in seller financing, but only have $15,000 down. The owner is asking for $40,000. The price is $140,000 with a 3-year balloon. Rent is $1,650. Repairs are $40K. ARV is $225. let me do some quick math on that. What's the interest rate, too,
$140,000.
Miguel?
He wants 40,000. So you're seller financing 100,000 at what interest rate? Is it 0% interest rate? That would be an amazing deal. So you're going to be 140 plus 40. You're in at 180. It's worth 225. You're at the top of the range as far as the buy price should go. McKenna, you could do the math real quick.
Yeah, I'm saying you should be at 160 all in. So you're a little bit over. You're at like 75% or so.
But that's not that bad because you're getting $100,000.
Yeah,
Presumably
it's 0%
at a pretty good rate, right? Like, so if it's seller financing and it's, I'd even say 0 to 6%, that's pretty decent. If you're closer to 0, it's really, really good.
Yeah,
And you're not so far above where the numbers would say that you should be. That, you know, sometimes the good part of the deal is that $100,000, that seller financing piece of it makes it super attractive.
That's exactly. I mean, we've been looking at a couple deals lately that are 0%, and the math, the longer you can kick it out on 0%, just gets incredible. So if it is 0%, and let me scroll through the chat here and see if you answered. He hasn't yet, but just let us know.
Who's got that deal?
Miguel Purse. I don't think I know Miguel Purse.
Miguel, join Apex.
Yeah. Miguel, I'll put the link in here. And then Miguel has a follow-up question too. And it is, my credit is low, 620. How can I get the other 25,000 for a down payment?
I have a solution for you. I mean, so on this cruise that we were just on,
oh yeah,
we made friends with someone we met last year on the cruise. Yep. Curtis Nally, and he's in Apex. He's in our group. We're going to teach a master class on how to get 0% money using credit cards. But Curtis has a business that helps people exactly like you who've got that 620 credit score go out there and find 0% interest for 18 months through credit cards for this type of thing, so that you could put the extra $25,000 down. Anyways, my man, join Apex. My God, we've never pushed Apex so hard as we are tonight. No. But it really does
just making
feel
up.
right.
I'm making up for the week.
I'm not just pushing it because we're here to push it. I think it would really benefit you. Like, I'm excited to get 0% money using Curtis Nally's method. So we're going to do a series of master classes with him, and it's for a fee, but he can take you from a 620 credit score and do the rapid rescore and help you to pay off your other cards and get the 0% interest money so that you can buy this piece of real estate. Right, McKenna?
Yeah, he's got a whole program. We're going to try it out ourselves to see how it works for us and if we like it. And then I think we're going to bring him in for a master class. Really nice guy. On to the next question.
And by the way, if who asked the last question? If you do join Apex, set a call with me, and I'll hook you up personally with Curtis. But I'd love to hear about what you've got going on. I am living out there near Arecibo, and I moved out there so that I could do deals like from Arecibo West. So I'm interested to learn more.
Quantum Medicine says, what are you talking about? Puerto Rico, these prices are HUD. You have to be careful with the area. We have over 60 homes that we know of so far for sale in Puerto Rico.
Sweet.
Awesome, man.
Quantum has over 60 houses in Puerto Rico?
I think that's what they're saying. Well, we'd love to talk.
Yeah, let's connect.
Yeah, we buy houses in bulk. I don't know if we'll buy all 60, but
or we could help you sell them, or we're just interested to hear deals. We love to see other people who are doing deals, who are making things happen. Guys, this real estate investing is a team sport, and we want to have great teammates. So that's cool. If you're a mover and shaker like that, let's talk.
Quantum also says building private pool clubs in Puerto Rico is the way to go. I do think a private pool club could be pretty fun. What's
a private pool club?
Like a country club?
One near an ocean park.
Oh yeah, like Viva over in Carolina.
Yeah.
Viva Beach Club, Vivo Beach.
Viva Beach
Vivo.
Club, things
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Ah, that
Aaron
no,
wants to
Country Club.
cruise too. Well, Aaron, if you sign up now, you'll have all year to figure out. how to pay
$400,
for it.
man.
Yeah, it's a $400 deposit right now, and I don't think anything is due for another 3 or 4 months. And you get to pick the best cabins. It's definitely the best price. It absolutely will fill up. So last year we had 250 people go. This year we had 400 and almost 460 people go.
480.
And next year, the host, Davin Michaels, he proposed to his fiance on this cruise we were just on. He's going to get married on the next cruise. So I'm certain there are going to be some really powerful hitters there. Davin is a super well-connected guy. I think it's really, really worth coming, Aaron. So come on, we're going.
Come on.
Aaron's in.
Aaron's in. Rene's in.
Brandy Vale says, hi, boys. Brandy, hello.
Hi, Brandy.
Emmanuel, Curtis presented in the Rio last time, and he also said, hey, Robbie, would you be able to help me with an EMD deposit while I get a buyer on a property?
Probably, if it's a deal. Yeah. Who is that, Emmanuel?
Yeah.
Do you also need a proof of funds or something, Emmanuel?
Yeah, and that's easy enough.
And Emmanuel, we closed. I mean, we haven't closed. Sorry. We signed the contract.
We signed a contract. Yeah, Emmanuel found a buyer for our foreclosure,
Hopefully we're close.
McKenna. So that's a pretty cool part of the story too.
That
Yes,
is
he said
sick.
proof of funds.
Emmanuel, text me. You have my number, I think, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're out of questions. Yeah, he needs a proof of funds. Yes, we can get you a proof of funds. We'll write you a letter saying you're approved for financing. What else, guys? We've got 20 minutes left, so there's 30 people watching. Put some questions in there. Antonio, hey, how's it going?
Going on.
What have you guys been working on today?
The foreclosure list for
Yeah,
next
Don was
week.
working on the foreclosure list. I was working with your mom on finishing up the McMansion. So we're down to picking granite out and we got to order a garage door. I think we've decided that we're going to kill the glass on the wine room and just have an open room there. We want to get it finished.
It's expensive to get all that glass.
I was on the phone with the pool guy, pressuring him to finish. So,
well, we could put the racks up and it could be open.
yeah, it could be open.
We should just put the racks in. Yeah,
That's right.
it doesn't need, and it
It's
has
still a wine room. Yeah.
And if they want to close it in later,
And
they
if they
can.
want to give us our asking price of $3.5 million,
Fuck it, we do it too.
I'll blow the fucking glass.
Yeah. That'll be a great YouTube video.
I love it.
I don't know.
You're
How,
gonna
I
run
don't
out
know
of
how to
breath.
blow glass, but we'll go take a class and learn.
We'll figure
And
out
this
how
is
to
the
make it
death
happen.
of Robbie Krager.
Molten glass burned his ass to
Yeah.
death.
He blew 2 times and never woke up again.
Miguel says, "Can I get 25,000 for the down with a hard money lender? What are the requirements?"
Oh, we got money for that.
Miguel, so text me, man. We'll have a chat after this and we'll figure that out. Yeah.
This is Miguel Purse.
Oh, that's a different. Oh, that's different.
That's not
yeah.
Emmanuel. That's Miguel.
Ah,
Miguel,
sorry,
are you in
Miguel, not
Apex? Join Apex.
Yeah,
Miguel, what does Miguel need?
25
he
grand.
needs
hard money.
$25,000 for. He has the deal. That's the
Out of sea will do.
yeah, the 20
The 140.
seller financing 140,000. With a 40K down, price is 140, 36 month, rent is 1650, repairs are 40K, ARV is 225. Miguel, is it a 0% seller financing? If it's 0%, we almost 100% can get you the money. If there's interest on it, then we got to run some math.
And even if we can't get you the money, so I'll answer 2 questions. It's hard to get a hard money loan in a second position, and it would be pretty damn expensive to do it. But it's pretty easy to get a partner who's got $25,000 to come in on that deal with you, especially in a group like ours. So join us over on Apex, and then let's have a phone conversation. Let's follow up, and I'll connect you with the right people. If we're able to do it, we'll do it. If not, I'll introduce you to other people. We have a lot of people in our group who would be interested in your deal,
Seller request,
especially
3%.
if it's 0%. Huh?
3%.
Sellers at 3%. Yeah, I mean, so you got to run some math, but that's a deal. That sounds like a deal.
Yeah, maybe we can push out the timeline. I mean, if we could get first position, obviously.
And by the way, we can
there's a
we
lot
can
of
go
ways to
look
make
at
it happen.
we can go look at the property maybe even this week.
Yeah. He is buying it above our 70%, but so Miguel, we'll have to put it in the spreadsheet. Join Apex and
3% money is really good though, McKenna.
Yeah, 3% money.
Interest.
Usually
36 months is a little bit short on the timeline, but it's not undoable. If the renovation's only $40,000 and all of your other math is correct, you probably have a deal. So
I love it. Nancy says, I will be in Puerto Rico this Wednesday. Can I meet with Robert for some RE investing questions and to help with my first investment property, buy and hold?
I'm going to be in Puerto Rico on Wednesday. I'll probably be on the west side of the island. So where are you going to be? Nancy, are you in our Apex group?
Nancy is in Apex. She's been in there for a couple months now, I think.
Yeah.
Nancy, how long have you been in Apex? You've been in here.
Nancy, I really like to get coffee, so you can entice me with a cup of coffee. And how long are you going to be on the island? We're going to be here through. It looks like I'm going to be here through like just before Easter, and then I'm gonna leave somewhere a week before Easter or a few days before Easter, and then I'll be back. Easter's like the 20th of April.
You'll probably be gone 2 weeks.
I'm going to leave on maybe the 15th. So I'm going to be here for a few weeks.
Yeah, and then I leave.
Yeah. Adon Antonio has a question for you.
Dale. Soy nuevo a esto, compré una casa, estorbo público cash, pero necesito hacer capital para seguir comprando más propiedades. ¿Qué hace? ¿Rento o la vendo? Antonio, I'm going to say this in English. So he just bought a house, estorbo público.
Oh, wow.
And he's he's trying to figure out if he rents it or sells it. If you think you can get quick money, I would sell it if you fixed it up already. If not, keep it as a rental and then do what these guys have been saying. Try to find a partner that buys maybe half of the property with you, or, and you can get some cash in hand and just go in for the next one.
Where did you buy it?
Antonio, ¿dónde la compraste? Y no sé si entendiste lo que dije en inglés, pero te lo digo aquí en español. Yo, si necesito el cash y ya la arreglé, pues la trato de vender para adelante lo más rápido posible. Si no, me busco un socio para que me compre la mitad de la casa, arregla ya, y ya tengo cash en mano para hacer algo en Arroyo.
En Arroyo?
Mm-hmm. It's up there.
Arroyo's like one of the only places. I tried to go to Arroyo one time and the bridge was out 7 years ago. I've never been back.
That's why I got a good deal.
But I'd like to go. That's fun. Awesome. Great job, too. Nobody that I know has ever bought Restorbo Público. So, job. Very good job.
Antonio, I want to know how much you bought it for. How long was the process? Because we've been looking at the Restorbo Público stuff, but it's just anybody you talk to, anybody, and we're talking to people who know how to do this stuff, are talking about a year wait to see if you get the house. And you got to give money up front. I don't like that at all.
Hey, we have 30 people watching still. We only have 9 likes. Give us the like, guys. We need 30 likes. We got 30 people watching. Give us
Nancy
30
Torres
likes.
is going to be in town for a month in Carolina.
Okay, we'll definitely get together, Nancy.
Yeah, that's easy. Robert's in town usually Mondays and Thursdays.
What did Hector say?
Hector said, "Thank you for your knowledge. Joining to Apex. Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Hector.
Good job, Hector.
Link in here.
Your life is about to change."
No, nothing like putting the pressure on the team here. You're just going to promise the world?
Of course.
That's right.
Way to go.
That's what I learned.
Way to go.
Antonio bought his Restorbo Públicos for $46,000.
Wow.
Love that.
Thinks it's worth what?
What do you think it's worth?
140 probably.
Big eCrypto says, "Hey guys, I have Rob from Digital Asset News YouTube channel that would like to do a show with Robert if he's available. And where can I contact? By the way, I'm in Arecibo as well."
Let's do it.
Yeah, Adon, how do we connect with them?
Well, join Apex or join the free community of Flip Flop Flipper and send us a message there.
Yeah.
But join Apex would be better.
I'll put the link in here for the free one. Send Adon a message. You'll have to get to level 2 in order to be able to DM. It'll take you a minute. Just
You can't send a DM right when you get in.
not until you're level 2. It
Tell you what,
stops
give us your
the-
phone number and we'll call you.
Yeah, that works too.
Because I'd like to do some content with anyone who's got a crypto channel. I'm interested in how crypto and real estate work together.
And we met a guy on the boat that says you could tokenize the real estate, so we're excited to talk to him about that.
So give us a phone number and we'll shoot you a text. Right,
Guys, we're coming down to the last 10 minutes. Get your questions in, or wait a week to get maybe another question in.
This has been fun though. This is like rapid. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
there's
go.
a lot of people.
And we've had the AC on for a whole week while we went on a cruise. We accidentally left the thing, so my nose is running. I'm freaking freezing cold.
There's a taco bag over there. It's probably morphing into some animal or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no good. Antonio says the last one sold there for 145K, full original, no upgrades.
Ooh,
wow.
that's a
nice job. Good.
You're gonna make
a good deal.
$100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
I mean, if you fixed it, Antonio, I think you try to sell it.
Yeah,
and even
try
in
and sell
the
it for
time frame of
$220.
trying to sell it, just try to rent it too, and then you could sell it with tenants inside.
I mean, man, you buy it for 46,000, just sell it for 145. Make that spread.
Or if
sell it for 100, make a quick 50, and go do it again.
And here's something I would say, Antonio: if you already have this house lined up, fixed up, and on the market, you can definitely come to someone like Robert, myself, or McKenna and be like, look, I have the next deal lined up. It's going to be this much to fix, this much to buy. How do we partner?
Yeah.
And that's all you have to do to get the next deal.
Yeah.
Nancy says, I would like to join the next road trip. Join on the road trip next week. What's the road trip? Do you guys know?
I don't know. Probably there's no bus tour going on. We did a private, roll around, look at real estate, but
Caravan.
we did a caravan.
But we'll go look at real estate, Nancy, while you're in town.
Yeah.
Yeah. She hopes to find a property while we're there in these 3 weeks. So
to live in or to invest in.
Nancy, we'll find you whatever you want.
Yeah. We can make it happen.
Yeah. Well,
that's our apex promise to you.
That's right.
Robert will find it.
Avon says, hello, folks. Good to see you all again. Avon, good to see you.
Going on, Ivan. Did you get that foreclosure list? I mean, that HOA debt? Let's go. Let's do it.
Big Crypto says, thanks, guys. I'll be joining. Got to get out of the rat race as well. Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, just send us a message in there, and we'll get something set up. We like to film, let us know the filming schedule.
What's going on, Taj?
Taj, welcome back. Always good content. Thanks, Taj.
Hey,
Taj, next year you got to come on the cruise with us.
Yes.
I think
says
that
he's
you
gonna
and
call you
Sincere would
after
have a great
this.
time.
Yes. And Taj, I hope everything worked out in Houston. They had a big flood in their house.
I know.
You remember that?
I saw right before we left.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right, Ivan. You got my number. Let's do it. I'm back on island. Let's go. I liked your neighborhood
Guys,
a lot.
we're up to 18 likes. Holy cow. We need to get to 30, though. Come on. Help us out.
Aaron's asking for some comps. Avon, are you able to help? Adon also has some tools. That's the word.
I have knowledge.
You've
What's
got
Aaron?
knowledge.
Aaron, you need comps on what? What's Aaron need comps on?
Aaron, what are you looking at? Why don't you tell us? You always hiding the good stuff from us. I don't know. You gotta hold Aaron by his feet. So tell me what you got.
We're gonna shake it out of him.
Mike, thank you. That's very nice. He says, I joined Apex back in November. It's been mind-blowing just with the people I've met so far. And Mike, it's only going to get better, hopefully.
And
That's our
Mike is a known guy. I met people on the cruise that knew Mike.
Yeah, Mike's a made man.
Yeah, he's a made man.
Mike's a heavy hitter.
He's a go-getter.
Mike
is doing. Mike, are you still
Mike
trying to do Tuesday networking? If you are, we'd love to get that in the calendar and get it going.
And
Yes.
Mike, I want to talk again about the note we've been talking about back and forth for a month or so. We're gonna send out a demand letter.
Yes.
And anyway, I still would love to get you involved.
I also got words for Mike. I want to understand what you do and how we can do it down here. We'll be boots on the ground. Let's get it done.
Who's next?
Yvonne says,
Mike,
what's
what's
up?
up? See you in PR soon. Hector says about 30 years ago, I purchased a program, no money down. And I
Ooh.
purchased my first property. Do you guys have an updated program that includes 2025 available tools?
So
Sounds like Carlton
you
Sheets.
did Carlton Sheets 30 years ago. He got me into the business. I didn't purchase his program, but I was young and dumb, didn't know what I didn't know, and I followed his lead. He figured if other people could do it, so could I. And look at me now. We have a fix and flip course inside of our Apex group. That once you're in there, it's free to go through.
pretty
It's a great
straightforward.
jumping off point, and check it out. It's a series of videos, and it tells you exactly what we do, the formulas we use. We talk about most anything you can think about, and then it'll give you the questions that you would have next. And you can bring them on a Thursday night. We do a masterclass every week on a Thursday night, and it's a in-face Zoom, right? So we can actually have a conversation.
In-face?
I like in person, in face, face to face,
Face.
in face, in face.
It's in your face.
Yeah, the shit that comes out of my mouth,
Oh,
right?
no,
It's
it's
in
great.
person
It's great.
Zoom call. I like that format a little bit better than this. It's more personable, and we're able to have a conversation rather than just answer questions that we're guessing at the intent of.
See,
Last couple questions,
Hector
guys.
said exactly. Ha ha ha. So yes, he's talking about the Carlton Sheets.
Yeah, Carlton Sheets is the man.
He's the man.
That guy changed my life, I swear to you. And I did eventually get Carlton Sheets course. It came to me when I bought a foreclosure one day, and I felt awful. I was like, oh no, they took Carlton Sheets course and then they lost their house. And I still never watched.
See, that goes to show you guys, you can join Apex, but if you don't do the work, you'll lose your house.
Yeah. No. I mean, real estate, nobody ever said you weren't going to have to do work, right? Like,
No,
we want to make it as easy as possible. We have fun with it. It provides the great life. And it requires that you think differently than 99% of the world. Everybody else is going to go to work to their job that they hate and just do that forever and never get wealthy and never have joyful success. And those of you that want to work
And they're going to
hard
hate you
can
for
change
it.
your life. I mean, I 100% wholeheartedly believe that real estate investing can be accomplished by anybody who's watching us today, but you've got to have the right mindset and you've got to be willing to put the work in. That's all.
That's
It's not
it.
because
Give
you're
me a
lucky.
half day's worth of work 6 days a week for like 10 years, and I'll promise you'll get rich overnight one night. I don't know what night.
Yeah.
A night.
We don't promise when. We just promise it'll work. Aaron says, not hiding, sent Robert a text. Hector said, exactly. Well, guys, we're out of time. It's 6 o'clock. That flew by.
Got 3 minutes, guys.
Mike says
2
you
minutes.
have to be around the right people. Mike, you really should come on the cruise next year, too.
Yeah.
You'd get a lot of value from it. And actually, do you know Dan Zielinski? I feel like you guys are doing a lot of similar things with
Yeah.
Dave Steck too.
Yeah.
Maybe he may know Dave Steck too, because Dave's doing hard money lending through IRAs. If they don't know each other, they got a lot in common.
Was Dan the other guy? Dan's the guy doing stuff in Honduras?
Yeah.
Rotan. Yeah.
Roatan.
Roatan.
Okay. Yeah.
Last question from PR Caribbean. Hey guys,
Nice.
how do you make money until you have enough to buy your first deal?
Nope.
You have enough to buy your first deal if you have nothing at all in bad credit right now. You just have to go find the right deal. If you find the right deal and you bring it to a community like we have Apex, for instance, the money is not the hard part. Having the great deal, you going out and doing that, that's how you do that. I was talking to someone else today where they're thinking of getting a job and putting real estate investing on the back burner. And I'm saying, no, don't do that.
what they
Struggle
want.
through until you get your first deal, because one deal can change your life, guys. One freaking deal. If you're going to go get a job making $40 or $50 or even $60,000 a year, one deal can replace all of that income and more. I mean, one deal could be way better than that, but certainly it's not unattainable to go out and find the deal of a lifetime and make 50 grand. That's not impossible. So if you're going to struggle anyway, if you're starting out, if let's say you're young and your choice is get a minimum wage job or go start looking for houses to flip. Don't go get the minimum wage job. Just go start finding houses to flip and find the great deal.
Guys, just so you feel a little bit of shame of yourself, there's 12-year-olds in Singapore doing this right now. So just feel a little bit of shame that the 12-year-old is beating you. So
He's beating us all, by the way. I mean, this
all of
kid's
us.
setting the world on fire. And I'm trying to do a deal with him, and I talked to him, and I'm like 80% sure I'm getting catfished, because I'm like, we talk by text, and I'm like, there's no freaking way that this 12-year-old can be this sharp. And then I talk to him in person, and I can tell he hasn't hit puberty, and I'm like, holy cow,
this is 12 years old.
this kid's 12 years old.
It's a
He's
prodigy.
halfway around the world. He doesn't have the money. He can't write the check. He can't own the prop, and he's already done a handful of deals.
It's
And
wild.
I don't know how. Like,
Once you do this deal,
He's
we
just
need
done
to
it.
get him.
he's
on
just done
Zoom.
it. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While he's in school with his teacher in the background.
I mean, golly, he should drop out tomorrow. But the earning potential this kid's got from like 12 to 20, he can be a multi-millionaire.
God.
By the time he would graduate high school, he could have a 100-house portfolio.
It's just ridiculous. All right. Well, guys, thanks very much. It was good to see everybody. I put the link to Apex in here if you are interested in joining. We have weekly calls. We are doing live meetups. We're going to do a 3-day event in the future. Don't know when, but it's going to be exciting. And that's all going to be included in Apex. Everybody, have a good night.
Good night, guys. Thanks for great questions. We'll see you next week.
Buenas noches.